Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nur Kamarina Atira binti Muhammad Hari. My metric number is 18DUP20F1010. Today, I will present about sustainable tourism development impact. Okay, we have been provided 3 locations, which is the Habitat Penang Hill, House of Music, and Tropical Spice Garden. Okay, next slide is about introduction. Sustainable development provides an approach to making better decisions on the issues that affect all of our life. Okay, now we'll go to the positive and negative of tourism development on the environment of the destination. The first destination is Penang Hill. There are 2 positive. The first is environmental friendly experience. This is because Penang Hill has provided activities to visit the flora and fauna, and they have a tour guide, so this can give tourists the opportunity to get to know and increase their knowledge about the flora and fauna located there. The second positive is protection of flora and fauna. Although Penang Hill is an attractive destination, they also have people take care of the flora and fauna that found in Penang Hill, so they don't allow people to make damage in that area. Okay, next is about the negative impacts of Penang Hill. There are 2 negative impacts. The first is increased price of goods and service. Okay, this is because the Penang Hill has become famous and attractive destination, so the price of goods and service will increase, and it's too expensive to the local residents. The second negative impact is overcrowded at the destination. After Penang Hill became an attraction, it will cause Penang Hill become crowded when many tourists came to visit the place at the same time. Okay, next is House of Music. There are 2 positive impacts. The first is preserving and protecting musical equipment. After House of Music Museum was built, it contains various types of musical equipment in Penang on display. When musical instruments are placed in this museum, they can be well protected and preserved. The second positive impact is great shared experience. House of Music also have provided tour guide to the tourists, so here will allow tourists to experience the music instrument and can experience the old version cinemas and provide VR experience. Now I will continue about the 2 negative impacts of House of Music. The first negative impact is location are not suitable. House of Music is built in the Kontar building. This location is not suitable because the sound of music will disturb other shops in that building and the people who are shopping in the building. The second negative impact is noise pollution. Okay, House of Music is built in buildings, like I just said just now. So there is a shop close to the area, and this will be a sound disturbance to others when musical instruments are played by the people in the House of Music. Okay, the last destination is Tropical Spice Garden. There are 2 positive impacts, which is protect and preserve of nature. Tropical Spice Garden is a place that many types of unfamiliar herbs and trees. So after this place was built, the party there will protect and preserve the place very well, and they can providing knowledge about the herbs to the tourists. Okay, the next positive impact is improvement of area's appearance. When the Tropical Spice Garden become a destination, Tropical Spice Garden will make improvement in the areas so that tourists who came to the Tropical Spice Garden can walk more comfortably. The last is Tropical Spice Garden negative impact. The first negative impact is pollution of air, water, and noise. Tropical Spice Garden is a place that has many tourists come to visit. It will cause to the destination become air, water, and noise pollution to the nature, which is flora and fauna. Okay, for the last negative impact in Tropical Spice Garden is damage to tree. When the Tropical Spice Garden become a destination, this will cause many tourists to visit the place, and if there are irresponsible tourists, it will have a bad effect on the trees, such as pluck the tree.
Hi, my name is Tan Jane, number matric 80 DUP 21026. Today I will share about the positive and negative impact of tourism development to host communities at the attraction. For the first attraction I will share is at Penang here. For the first point is increased employment opportunity. Tourist attraction can provide work for the host community. And the second point is improved natural level. For the tourism development of that attractions can help host community comprehend the distinctiveness of habitat and the awareness of flower and tree. For the negative impact about at Penang here is first point, crime can increase. Due to the fact that Penang here is situated in a somewhat secluded jungle, we frequently receive visits from various persons, and we are unable to determine whether or not they are evil people. Usually, criminals or those with twist motive will pick a locations with a bigger area so they can flee. For the second point is physical damage to environment, accommodation, and tolerations. 1 out of every 10 people enjoy lightly touching a subject. Some individuals break it and leave without saying anything. For the positive impact was bring to host community as house of music is the first one. Train people in community to serve as host interpreter of area heritage. By introducing themselves, host community can discover more about the tools and way of life house of music. Transmit your own culture to the other people. For the second point is more cultural activities not only for tourists. In order for the following generations to have the honor of seeing them, host community will become more active in generating some traditional items and leaving them at that. For the negative impact of house of music for host community is the first one, chance of disease can increase. As is, we are unaware that the tourist has the COVID-19. He only needs to coach or touch a spot in the host community's place, and they will become positive after doing so. Okay, for the second point is over-exploitation of resource. As a result, the original life of residents has been affected. For the positive for Tropical Spice Garden of the tourism development for host community, the first one point is increased salary. Tourists are attracted to host communities business. The more of the sales of that business, the greater the revenue. For the second point is maximization of accessibility of existing cultural resources. Allow them to import more knowledge to guys about the culture. For the negative impact in Tropical Spice Garden, the first one point is forest culture might make tourists and residents uncomfortable. For instance, the lifestyle difference from that of the local, which makes the host uncomfortable in the neighborhood. For the second point is cultural conditions. The example is the local, however, dress appropriately for the beach, even though they do not. As a result, many host communities are scared for their daughter come out from the home. And I will stop at here and thank you.
Now I would like to explain the roles of tourism development in economic development for the destination. First is to boost the revenue of economics, especially the tourist arrival. The tourist arrival will increase the exchange rates in our country, so our country economic will also increasing by that. Second is to create the opportunity of the job. Since tourism has many sector, so there are many sector need the employee, so they employ the worker for the local community or the others who needed the works. So thirdly is to develop the infrastructure. To develop the infrastructure, they need to improve and advance the facility. And the last is to plant a sense of cultural exchange between the foreigners and citizens, such as we can held the exhibition, conference, or the event. So on that we can establish and do the entrepreneur in a new product, so the foreign can make the investment, so our country economy will improve.
Okay, now I will talking about suggestion of managing the development at the destination. First of all, we need to limit the quality of tourists of all tourists in one time, which is stakeholder need to play a role in dealing with the problem to avoid littering and negative ecosystem, and then to maintain in the stability of flora and fauna, because they are also have the habitat on the Penang Hill, for the example. For the third suggestion, which is supporting tourism business to adapt and survive. When we see local communities selling or promoting their product, we should support them, because it is not us who else will support them. Okay, for example, at the Tropical Spice Garden, in my experience, and also my fellow friends, they have a shop of the Spice Garden, which is they selling their product, have the cooking herb, essential oil, and also have the item that made from Tropical Spice Garden. So which is we as a tourist, we need to support the local community and that company, because other than us, who will support? So we are the responsible to support that community. For the last part of the suggestion, which is revealing different knowledge from other, especially to all item, because all item have a history that is not conveyed by everyone, because only those places have the knowledge of their story. This is the advantage of half of music, which is they show the all item all musically and the story of the musical. So the story that come to the half of music can inspire the all item that uniqueness than other places. So why I suggest this revealing different knowledge from other, especially to all item, because half of music only interpret the all item that never have been the other places, just only at the house of music. So I think the knowledge and history is not is quite expensive and exclusive to tourists that love the musical and the music. So based on this impact sustainable, conclusion is
Tourism is the world's largest industry. Although it's a smokeless industry, it has environment complication. Expanding tourism has the great capacity to pollute the environment. The environment resource inspired to tourism attract tourists because of their outstanding beauty, recreational possible of cultural interest. The environment amenity which attract tourists tended to be taken for granted. So that's all for me. Thank you. I hope you enjoy our presentation.